Last time on Who Gave Us the Mic. The cast put up with more opinions than a love and hip hop reunion. The married one was giving wisdom. The two booed up lovers were giving, we're healed, kinda. And one of the single but dating professionals and the aggressively single professional. Baby, they were giving us storyline. We talked about dating apps, expectations, stereotypes, and why the streets keep recycling the same 5 people. But tonight we're turning it all the way up. This is part 2, where the tea gets hotter, the stories get messier, and the cast gets a little too honest for their own good. We have conversations all over the spectrum of dating and the moments that had us questioning our life choices like we were sitting in a green screen confessional. So, if you thought part 1 was wild, buckle up because part 2, this is where the mic really gets dangerous. Let's get into it. All right, everyone. Welcome back to part 2 of Dating as a Black Queer Person. With me, we still have our guest and our original host here. I'm King Leo. I'll be the one hosting tonight, kind of moderating everything. With me, I also have the little ball of chaos himself, Chaos. We also have Icy Notes with all the notes that you probably will hear throughout all of our episodes, but don't get used to it. And then we have Azari here. You know, if y'all can't see him, he doing his little dance. Now he just dabbed, but that's Azari, y'all. And then our special guest back today for part 2 is Auntie Coco.
Yeah.
Hey.
In all her shine and glory.
All
Yeah,
right.
like
So
fresh
we're going to go
cocoa
ahead
butter.
and get started where we left off at. If you guys have not seen part 1 will be posted. Go ahead and check that out to get caught up on everything we're talking about. But we're going to kind of take off right where we were at, talking about biophases and if we think they're red flag, yellow flags, or bad branding. So we're going to get started. I'm going to say, when you see the one that says no fats and no femmes, what do y'all think when y'all see it?
Red flag.
Red flag.
Why so, Azari?
I mean, I think we touched on this in part 1, but to go out of your way to have to specifically name the fat and femme, it gives a little bit of, like I said, it's usually accompanied by some other negative stuff that does not need to be said. And it's like, if you don't like fats or femmes, then, you know, don't answer them when they write you. Or, you know, some people, I think what bothers me most about it is it applies to friendships too. Like, even when they say no fats, no femmes, like, you can't even be friends with somebody that's like that for some odd reason.
That's because they got ulterior motives.
Okay, then maybe we should say nothing.
Yeah.
I'm done. Go ahead.
What about you, Auntie Coco? I heard you say you ate red flag also. Why do you say that?
Because I feel like if you gotta be offensive to someone while expressing your preference, that's a red flag to me. Because it's like, why does what you like have to be rooted in hate of any sort? You can just say, hey, instead of just saying no this, no that. Okay, well, this is what I'm looking for, not no fats, no femmes, and I don't know. I feel like if you got to be hateful about it, then it's a red flag to me. You can have your preference, but you don't got to be disrespectful.
It's almost the same as saying no blacks. To me, anyway.
Yeah. What about you, Chaos?
You know, I have a controversial stance on this. I'm going to say green flag. No, I'm just playing. I'm doing it for the plot.
I was about to say, we about to kick your ass up off of here.
No, in all seriousness, obviously red flag. As someone that like my interest in people, like I look beyond like kind of their physical appearance. Just for you to go out of your way to say no fats, no femme, I think is very hateful, because who knows, that person that you think identifies in that group could be your, the perfect person for you, but you let your fat phobia and I don't know what you would call it, the hatefulness of femme men, but you letting that get in the way.
I completely agree. That's very, very true.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Icy Notes?
It's definitely a red flag. I'm all for people, me being a bigger person. I'm all for people having their preferences. You don't have to like me, but you don't like what Azari was saying. You don't have to be disrespectful. Who said that? Was that you, Auntie?
Me and
That
Coco.
was me. Yeah.
It was me.
Yeah, you just don't be disrespectful about it. I'm not personally into femme guys. I've dated femme guys before. I mean, I would say it's not my first choice, but I was open to it, and I'm like, and that's where I think that's where a lot of people miss it. They, instead of so busy quick to judge somebody how they look, like Chaos was saying, they don't even give nobody a chance to even, show them who they are as a person versus how they look. And so, but that's just me though. So
It usually comes wrapped up in stereotypes too. Like if somebody's femme, then they must be this, they must be that, they must be messy. If somebody's fat, then they must eat unhealthy, they must not move, they must be lazy. All these other things that come with shit like that, and half of them don't even be true. Not for everybody, anyway.
Now, what about no bums? Because the names one saying no fats and fins are always bummy. So please,
look, do it make you mad when somebody be like, no fats, no femmes, and they be 862 pounds, legs 2 inches long, with 1.5 inch legs and arms and shit, and they wearing lashes with 13-inch acrylic nails, and you talking about no fats, no femmes, and it's like, I need you to meet the standard that you out here talking about you want, because
right.
I agree. I agree.
Honestly, I think when they say femme, I think they mean, because they're probably, I hate to say this, but they're probably bottom. Probably. I'm like, they're not looking for another, they think every femme guy is a bottom, which is so not true. That's so not true at all.
Yeah.
Aren't there trans women that's still top?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of
So
thank you, Twitter, for providing my daily education.
Basically, on that one, we definitely all agree red flag. Right off the bat. Everybody basically saying the same thing in different ways and added on some, and I fully agree. It's definitely a red flag. Now, with all the ones that we've kind of talked about, the whole no fats, no femmes, people that's saying DL only, just ass, no drama, and mask only. Do you guys feel like that could, how do I want to put this? Do you think they're saying stuff like that because that's really their preference? Or is it more so like insecurities? Or could it be like something else that they're saying it? Or do you think they're just saying it because they're just ignorant?
I feel like it can be a combination of, especially with, like I said, you can explain your preference without being disrespectful. Like once you get into that shows more about you as a person than it does anything. And so I think more so just kind of the prejudice of feeding into stereotypes and maybe insecurities, because sometimes that's the person who broke their heart, so now they got to take it out on everybody else.
Yeah, very, very true.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a mixed bag. Yeah. A mixed bag of different people. It just depends on what type of profile is coming from. Like she was saying, you got of course you got the real ignorant ones who just ignorant for who knows why they're ignorant. I'm pretty sure they have a story. And then you got some who just, I don't know if they really realize that they're being ignorant, and maybe they just see other people putting it on their profile, and they feel that it's okay to say,
Following.
or it's okay to be offensive like that. Not really. And
yeah, that excuse to maybe some younger guys, but when they guys or women, but when you 40, 50, 60 years old, you should have some wisdom about yourself at that age to know how to articulate a little better.
A little more decorum.
Well, can I be honest with y'all? Be vulnerable. I see notes alluded to this on the previous episode, and I'll spill my tea. When I was first really coming out on the scene, I didn't really date anybody of color. And I think a lot of that was rooted in this idea that I think when I was growing up, I was always taught, you have to speak a certain way, you have to be a certain way. And I worked in predominantly white spaces. And I think there was a little bit of like, I'm around these people are kind of held to this like higher standard. And then sometimes, how Black men can be represented. People automatically assume we're thugs, we're ignorant, we're quote unquote ghetto. And I think because I was around these people, and these are people that I was kind of like not identifying with, but I was around all the time, I thought maybe these are the kind of people I want to be around. Now, obviously, fast forward now in my 30s, a lot of men I've dealt with are people of color. My ex is Black. My husband is Puerto Rican. But like I don't think I was being ignorant, maybe a little ignorant, but I think I definitely was a victim of my, my social circle and people that I kept around me and I deemed, I guess digestible and acceptable.
I mean, it's kind of okay. When you say that, I kind of get what you're talking about. When I was growing up, I always felt like I had to stay in my race. The Auntie Coco could probably, because the kid even this is like I necessarily have the same interests or stuff that you would stereotypically associate with Black boys. I guess I didn't want to play sports. I liked music. I wanted to draw. I danced. I did all the stuff that you wouldn't typically associate with little boys, especially Black boys. So it's like I have a lot in common with kids in my neighborhood, and I grew up in a Black neighborhood, but I didn't have a lot in common with a lot of kids there. So I just always felt out of place, and there was things that were said, like you talk to. I'm a little bit more blended now, if you can't tell by the way I sound. But I mean, back then it was pretty bad. Like because I articulated, I had things said to me like I was trying to be white and things like that. So I think it's a bit of a mix of where you are and where you feel, I guess, kind of more accepted. And for me, it was kind of like I always felt like I had to stay in my race to prove that I was Black enough, and I'm inherently Black enough.
That's a really, really good point that you just brought up, Azari, because I never had any pressure. I always grew up in a Black neighborhood, Black household, and I've never had any pressure to only date within my race. Actually, the only time I I made it up in my mind that I wanted to date within my race. It wasn't even about like outside influence or something. Because honestly, when I was about 14, 15, I remember my brother was asking me questions about sex and all that, and about marriage. And I told him, I said, well, at the time, this is before I came out, but at the time I was like, well, I want to date within my race, and I want to marry a Black woman. And they was like, why you want to date? I said, because I want to keep the race strong. That's what I said. That was my answer.
Oh, you was your
And they said, I can't believe you actually answered like that. I said, well, yeah. But then as I got older and realizing that it's okay to venture outside your realm, it's okay. Like it's nothing wrong with having a preference. Have I ever actually dated someone outside of my race? Not that I hooked up with some people outside my race. I never dated them, no, but that's another story.
I have. It's interesting trying to explain.
I have dated outside of my race also. But see,
and I still do. It's just nowadays you have to be a little bit more selective. I think I told you this story, Icy Notes. I had somebody, he was Hispanic. I had him write me. He wanted to get to know me, and then like 2 weeks in, he was like, "Well, I don't date Black guys," and I'm like, did you miss? Like, I was like, okay. He was like, well, all black men are abusers. I'm like, why do you think that? Well, my aunt dates a black man and he's always beating her up. And I'm like, well, don't equate me with him because he keep knocking her upside her head. And why did you write me?
I remember this.
Oh,
I
that
remember
made me think of a damn guy I was talking to up here in Cleveland before I moved to Columbus. And we were talking. He hit me up. So we hang out, we go out, have some drinks. And then we ended up, I guess, messing around or whatever. And then had the audacity to tell me all the same thing. I don't date black guys. He's like, I'm scared of black guys because I've been abused. I've been raped by a black guy. He was a Hispanic. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, but you hit me up and you wanted to go out and meet me and go have drinks. I didn't hit you up. I didn't do it. So to me, I'm like, I half-ass believe your story. I'm not discrediting anything you may have actually been through. That's not what I'm doing. I'm like, but what you're saying to me is not matching what's going on. And I think that's the biggest issue because me also, I mean, I grew up in a black household, but I won't lie. Most of the schools I went to were predominantly white. So I dated a couple white guys. I'm still open to white men. It's just, I prefer my own race more than anything, but I would never say that I'm cutting that off and I would like, oh, I'm not open to it because
what you gonna do that was predominantly white?
I forgot y'all.
The elementary schools I went to was predominantly white.
I went to
it was more white in that school.
There was a lot of white people
to everything.
Definitely way more mixed.
It was white. That school was white to me.
And he went to Hartford. I know that one.
Hartford.
Okay,
well, Hartford was mixed. But Hartford wasn't the only middle school I went to though. Like that's what I'm saying. I went to a couple different ones.
Which other middle school?
I went to Cedar, and I went to like some of the other ones. I don't even know if they're even still around anymore. To be honest with you,
that's an elementary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I went to different elementary schools and everything. So yeah, I get it.
You also have to take into account nowadays too that it's just too. You have to be mindful if you do. You have to be mindful of dating in your race and outside your race. It's like I mean, so I mean, I'm pansexual, so I will date women, trans men, but you kind of can't go about it the same way that you would. Like you have to approach people as a trial by trial basis because you just kind of never know what you're gonna get, especially especially dating outside your race, because depending on who's talking to me and what he's I clock in the language they use, you might not like me, you might despise all black people, but have a fetish with having sex with black people, which is a thing. Like, you can hate me all day, but you could love having sex with us. Like that's not uncommon. And it's just one of those things I think we have to be mindful of because people get in some pretty fucked up situations.
Yeah.
You know, thinking that you could treat everybody the same. And that was something I had to learn the hard way. You can't expect everybody to be as good to you as you are to them.
Yeah.
Very true.
That's very true.
Very, very true. So, with that being said, we all know that sometimes the bio isn't the only first lie that we see. Sometimes we start really looking and then we see that the picture is lying, the intentions are lying, and suddenly we in a whole catfish chronicle. So our next section we're going to talk about is basically, have any of us ever been catfished? Yeah. And if you have, I want to hear like, what did they claim that was the catfish part of it? Was it their looks? Was it, anything? What did they actually give? Like, what did you actually think when you saw the actual them? And then also, like, how did you handle it? So how did we go about it after you found out that they were a catfish? So we're going to start with Icy Nose, because I'm going to save the best for last. So I'm going to start with you, Icy Nose.
All right.
No, I just know this one over here. You know what I'm talking. I ain't gonna call you out on here, but we go ahead, Icy Nose. Go ahead and give us a little story. What did they claim that was catfish?
Honestly, I never really The only one I actually said something to, well, you remember the one. I'm not gonna call you. It was more. I told him, I said, you don't look nothing like your pictures. And he said, oh, these are pictures I took last year. I'm like, last year when? What year? Like,
because when I saw him, these pictures was taken multiple years ago.
Okay, and I'm like, and I remember, and it's not even that I had of course I have, because I think, I don't care what nobody say about me. I think I'm very beautiful, big and all.
Well, no.
And and it's not even. It's just it's almost like you expect to see something else, and then something else walk up to it's like, who is? I literally sit there, my doors like, I'm like, who's just coming up to my car? I'm like, what's this? And then there was another time. I don't think I told anybody about this one. This is okay. So the guy, he was from, where was he from? I think Youngstown. And I remember we was chit-chatting back and forth online or whatever. And and I remember he came here to work, and he was like, oh, I'm in Canton right now working. I said, oh, okay, well, I'm at work right now, but maybe I can come see you later on or something. And now his pictures online, I should have known something was up, but I wasn't really, wasn't really thinking about it, but they was all kind of like far away. And I should have known something because he didn't smile with his mouth open. And
no.
when I got to see him,
He ain't got no teeth.
No, buddy.
He had too many teeth.
Not the Demi Gordon.
No,
And it wasn't
he
even
had he had a Uno hand.
spaced out or whatever. This is the fact they were also like dirty. Like, did you not brush your teeth? Like, oh my god,
You could erase all of them.
Oh god, but I don't know. I usually push through anyways.
Absolutely not.
Jamal out
I
here.
believe you are able to right. I believe you are able to render shit null and void if that happens. Not you out here suffering through.
I mean, I only met him that one time. If that gives you an idea, I did not go back, even though he did try to talk again. But I was like, I'm good. I was like,
He probably was trying to devour your soul with all them teeth.
I don't know what that was.
You don't call that
but
shit Shark
it
Tales.
was scary. I was like, oh no. It's like, Lord have mercy. I'm like, I try so hard not to go off of people the way people look, but I got to know what I'm dealing with up front.
That's a lie though.
So,
well, was it a lie that he didn't smile? Was he obligated to show you he had 82 teeth?
Look, you gotta start asking for people's dental plans on their insurance just to make sure they good.
All right, send me a picture with you smiling.
Like, really
Right.
smile for me.
Like,
I want to see your
send me a carousel. Just show me a wide range of emotions.
Okay, that's not. Yeah, that's definitely some catfishing right here. So,
I almost want to buy you a drink.
what do you? Moving on.
Say if you gonna
Okay, Chaos. What do you got for us, Chaos?
Unfortunately, I don't have anything for you. I don't believe I've ever been catfished. I tried to rack my brain as Icy Notes was talking about it, and I genuinely don't think I've ever been catfished.
Okay, now have you
You
ever
lucky
catfished
bastard.
anybody?
Oh, come on. Yeah, but think about it.
I don't think I've ever. Maybe I've sent, like, I guess in the sense of, like, maybe I've sent, like, like older pictures, like a picture. I'm like, oh, like I look real good in this picture from like a year or two ago. So let me go ahead and send you this one. Now, to be fair, I've never looked completely different from that. So I guess that's probably about like the most I've ever done as far as catfishing. But no, I'm usually pretty honest with that as well.
Okay.
So sorry, guys.
Can I just say you also married, so I think he's pretty used to like that.
That's definitely fair. What about you, Auntie Coco?
As far as looks, I've never been catfish on looks. It's been more so intention. I feel like even if it was just looks, I could get over. But to catfish with intention, the intention is just, it's beyond just fucked up. Because you could have been honest, and either A, things could have been different, or B, we could have not wasted each other's time. So saying you want certain things and you have this certain goals just because you know that's something that I want to hear, or that's the kind of goal that I have just so you can get access to me, is messed up. I was in a situation, and CJ remembers when I was engaged to a person, and my thing is, I was at the point in my life where I obviously dating for intention of, okay, this is what the goal is, so I'm not looking for anything casual. Like, my end goal is, I want to have a family, I want to be married. I'm like, now family doesn't necessarily mean I have to absolutely physically give birth to biological children. I'm open to adoption, but okay, being a mother and entering parenthood is something that I want. So again, I'm putting it out there. So if that's something you don't want, it's okay, because not everybody wants to have kids, and that's okay. But especially with something that serious, and I made it a point to say that, if that's not a goal that you want, for me it's a deal breaker, because again, I'm at a point, I'm heading straight to my goal. I'm not gonna waste my time especially if what we have, ideal wise for a relationship, long term, future goals, children aren't aligned. I'm not gonna waste my time with that. And I'm very upfront, and I always have been when it comes to dating or hookups or whatever. What is the expectation that you have? It's my expectation. If we're good, we can go forward. If not, I'm gonna wish you well and just leave it at that. So he was like, oh yeah, I want to have a family, so I want to have kids. So during our engagement, I found out that he was secretly trying to get a vasectomy behind my back.
Dang.
Wow.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and that's why we broke up. Because I'm like, okay, and that's it's okay for you not want kids, but again, before we even got to engagement status, when we were just talking, I made a point to, like, these are my deal breakers, because this is a goal in life for me. And if you didn't really want kids, you should have been real with me and not wasting my time. You could have found somebody who doesn't want kids too. I've never been one of those people that, everybody should want kids. No, it's not for everybody, and that's okay. But you should be with somebody whose goals align with yours. So the fact that you sat here and lied to me, and then you were going to try to go behind my back to get a vasectomy again, yeah, it's your body, your choice. But how would that have looked if, okay, I'm thinking we're trying for kids and we're struggling, and me being a Black woman with health issues, I'm thinking something's wrong with me, and I'm going through all the tests, and the whole time you're sterile. You sterilized yourself and lied about it. That's crazy. So yeah, as soon as I found that out, that ended expeditiously. Then, like, he even had his family contact me. So I'm like, oh well, maybe with time he could change his mind. Nah, I'm cool. Because it's not even just a vasectomy. It's the fact that you lied to me.
I'm about to say the lying.
Especially to get access to me. You lied to me and portrayed yourself a certain way to get access to me, knowing that's not who you were or what you wanted in the first place.
Yeah, because it's like, what else have you lied about?
That part. There's nothing you could ever say or do that would ever make me trust anything you have to say. So, yeah. So that the catfishing with intention is a motherfucker. Like, I'd rather be catfished with appearance than intention, because...
I'm about to say, at least mine. I mean, we knew what we wanted, so that's why I still pushed through.
Please. That is terrible.
Okay, now, I mean, for me, I've been, I don't know if I've been catfished look wise, but it was more so, kind of like Icy Notes. It was more so like, they sent me super old pictures of them, and then when we met in person, it was a whole different story. And then I also had someone where they only sent pictures of their upper, like here and up, and then from here and up, I'm like, they look good, like da 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 da, and I'm like, and I didn't put two and two together, so they came and picked me up. They was taking me to the movies. I'm like, cool, they come pick me up. I get out and I walk to the car and I look in the window. I'm like, who the fuck? Who is this? Like, because they looked like they did from the pictures they sent me, but then come to find out, they were big. Like, I mean, big, like big Jamal. I mean, big. big chaos. They were just big, and I'm like, and I have an issue with bigger people. It's the fact that, like, where was that? Because I should have known when I went back look at the profile. No lower body pictures. They had no, like, their bio didn't have like their weight or anything in it. That was out. I'm just like, listen, you could have just kept it 100 with me. So I knew what to expect. So like I said, I've never been catfish as far as like looks either. As far as like they use a whole different person's picture. It's been more so like they use old pictures or they kind of falsified them pictures a little bit. But and I think people don't understand that catfishing can go so many different ways. Like there's so many different versions of catfishing. Some people honestly think catfishing is just using someone else's profile, and that's not it. Mm-hmm. Like you got that one, you got using old pictures, you got
dick fishing.
Like, yep. Yeah. So you got all kind of types of catfishes. Now, I want to figure out what kind of catfish we about to hear next from your boy Azari. Azari, what kind of catfish you done had happen?
Oh shit, let me get my popcorn ready.
Pick one.
You got to give me out.
Well, shit, you know about the one, Icy Nose. Remember the one that came to visit when my mom was doing the cooking for that one place? I don't know the place's name. Remember we would go help her over the summer? Yeah. Remember the one that came down? It was acting stuck up and stuff.
Yes.
And he made some fat reference, and me, you, and my sister looked at each other like, I know he fucking lied.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's like 'cause we was Pokemon hunting. That's right. Because the guy I was dealing with at the time was with us too, and that's when but yeah.
So basically, it was just face pictures, all that other stuff. I mean, honestly, even though he was bigger than what he said, it didn't bother me. It was the air of arrogance he had about it. Like he was making remarks about the way other people looked, and I mean, just. The amount of patience.
Humble thyself.
a lot because, man. But so he came around a couple times. He was nice enough to my mom and my sister and them, so I ain't say too much. But them remarks like, you must not have a mirror anywhere in your house that you walk past before you hit the car. There must be no rear view mirrors, no side mirrors, no windows, no nothing, because you obviously ain't got a good look at yourself in a while.
Take a good look at yourself.
Then actually Coco remembered the other one. Remember the one from Florida?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The one I ended up hitting in the mouth.
Mm-hmm. I remember that one.
Wait.
Okay. So
he's going to detail.
To make a long story short, no. But so it was somebody that had talked to me online for a little bit. So it was Valentine's Day, and so he offered to come up from Florida. So he did. I was still in college at the time, so I think I had went to class and come back one day. I can't remember, Coco, what was it? Did I forget my debit card or some shit like that? Long story short, he used my debit card to pay his fucking phone bill and then tried to lie about it. And couldn't get out the house quick enough, and I happened to walk up in there, and he got to getting loud and stuff in my house after using my debit card, and he made a sudden move, and I made one. Mine hit first. And I got my money back, so we all good.
That's the important part.
I was about to say, I don't know if I would have stopped hitting him. You stole from me.
Only punched him in the mouth. Yeah. I mean, I would have whooped that ass.
Once was enough. I mean, to be honest, if you seen his teeth, I ain't want to hit him too many times in the mouth. You said he had too many teeth. Yours had too many teeth. Mine had too many teeth, and they were all in different directions.
You probably just hit him once because he might have cut your hand up.
Man,
look. Tell you, he bit my dick one day. Sorry, Coco. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Scraped the shit out of me, and then go look up at me smiling, looking like Baraka from Mortal Kombat.
Did you get your tetanus shot?
Yeah, I really got a damn tetanus. I got a tetanus, the iodine, penicillin, and everything. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I'm having sex with Baraka. What love have I preached?
Oh, was I supposed to mute my mic? I'm sorry. That got me off guard.
That's it. That's
You know,
too
we
much.
just watched that movie.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask y'all one more question, and we gonna move on. One more question.
Okay.
Have you ever been emotionally catfished?
Yes.
Yeah.
Emotionally
I
catfished?
think on some level, most people have.
With you mean like someone just like playing with your emotions, or?
Yeah, that can be part of it. Kind of just like basically, they're playing with your emotion, or you get like almost like emotionally attached, and you find out this person is not basically who they say they are.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not like that. So like that's what I would kind of consider emotional, or even with what Auntie Coco was saying with the intention catfish, and that can also kind of fall into emotional catfishing also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I want to ask that one. And like I said, we don't have to elaborate on it. I just wanted to know because it happens. And I think a lot of people, like I said before, they don't understand catfish can come in so many different ways. Mm-hmm. So you may have never think you've been catfished, or maybe you have and then notice it or something, but it can come in multiple different ways. For sure.
I think if most people sat and thought about it, yeah, they've been catfished one way or another. Absolutely. I mean, especially if it's been over a long extended time of you talking to somebody just to find out that they never had any intention of this or that, then yeah, I qualify that as a catfish. Your time was wasted over somebody that you ultimately did not know the way that you thought you did.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Because
hell, I might have been somebody's emotional catfish.
Are you the drama?
Y'all know, for one, it takes me really a long time to get attached to someone. So, I mean, some people just get attached really fast. I'm not one of those people.
I mean, that can happen.
Yeah.
That definitely can happen. So, sometimes it's not always about the looks. Sometimes the lie is what's actually doing it. Like, basically, it could be like are we dating, hooking up? Are we just friends of benefits? Or even are we trapped in some type of situationship? So the next section we're going to kind of hit on is hookup, friends of benefits.
Define trap.
Define what?
Like define trap. Like, I just can't find my way out. They have me chained to the wall, or I just have trouble letting go.
No, I'm talking about an emotional trap. Like,
you got to specify nowadays.
Only you.
Man, people be out here living
if
criminal
they trapped you by chaining you up too. I mean, hell, that can be, I guess, included. That's not what I was thinking, but I mean, that could be something.
This is not.
Kelly, we're talking about you.
I just sign up for this.
It's definitely something that could happen.
We know.
So the next section we're going to sit here and kind of talk about is hookups, friends with benefits. Like, what are we? Like, we too grown for all this. Like, are we hooking up, wasting our time, or are people wasting time by lying about what they actually want? Like, what is it actually? So, with this little section, we're going to just kind of hit on some things to kind of find out like what we've been through as far as like when we hit this road of like we meet somebody and it's more than just a one-time thing. It's like a constant thing. We kind of feel ourselves getting those emotions. So like, I mean, is it a hookup situationship? Like, are we in a talking stage? Like, what kind of, how do I want to phrase this? Like, have you guys ever been through something like that to where it's like you were really confused on what you guys actually were and like what stage you were and what their intentions kind of were?
I wasn't the confused one, but they ended up, I guess, confused. I don't know how, but
most of the time people don't even know the difference between the talking, dating, commitment. Like most of the time, they're like, how am I trying to say this? How many people have actually can say they've been on an actual? People don't date like they used to. So hooking up and are friends with benefits, especially over long periods of time, after a minute, for most people, it tends to blend together because they don't even know the difference between a friends with benefits, a relationship, an open relationship. It just.
I think in those situations, where there's a lot of blurred lines, it's about what's convenient for them in the moment. Because I mean, I've seen people, do the whole and I was in one situation like that myself, where it's like, oh, we're not together, but everything we're doing is like being in a relationship. But as soon as I get mad or want to do what I want to do, I'm gonna remind you that we're not together.
We're not a couple.
Yeah, we're not a couple. But and again, me being me, say less. But people want to be mad when that same energy is met, because you just said we're not together. So how you mad I'm talking to somebody else?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that comes down to a bunch of double standards and stuff too. Like Auntie Coco was talking about earlier, wanting access to somebody, but you don't want to lose your access to other people. Because you get a lot of, even with friends with benefits, I've never understood. Like, you'll be friends with benefits with somebody, or y'all will just be hooking up on regular, whatever the hell you call it, or y'all figure it out to be. And they still feel like they have to lie. And it's like, well, I already know you're doing X, Y, and Z. That's kind of the point of us not being in a relationship. Right. So it's like, what is the point in wasting? Because now I'm pissed, and I'm just pissed because I know you're lying. I didn't care that you're doing it. I'm doing the same thing. It's just, I can tell you what I did because I don't care what you did. You don't want to tell me because I don't know if it gives you some more ground to try to tell me I shouldn't be hooking up with other people. But why? We're not together. What do I owe you?
Some folks don't understand that they want you to be loyal while they can do whatever. I don't know who made that standard.
It's a control.
I don't know who made that standard. I'm like, I don't know. And I've dealt with that a couple times as well. It's like, especially, dabbling with DL men. It's okay for them to to still, mess around with this female and possibly other guys, more than likely. And then they want to ask you, get to asking questions. Like, what you asking questions that you you don't want to hear the answer to? Like, why are you asking questions? Why do you care? You're DL. You don't want me, not emotionally, correct?
At least that's what they claim.
Right.
Yeah. And then when you get to telling them, oh, so you are out here just doing it. Oh, I'm like, I am doing the same thing you're doing. I'm a man. You're a man. Just because you're not, don't make me any less of a man. I'm just saying.
Wouldn't they tell you though, the kind of like the shaming they kind of try to give, like they give women and they give particularly bottoms and femmes when they out doing the same thing as masculine or top men.
Right.
Yeah.
Child, my double standard got fucking decided to stalk me in a bar and try to run me off the road, honey. That was bad. But again, and that's why I always harp on it, because one of my things, I'm the type of person, I love clarity. So there was a situation that it was a friends with benefits situation. And the thing is, we had the discussion about it. It was, okay, we met on a dating site, we were in the military, so we ended up being at the same base. Ended up finding out we both live in the same apartment complex, which again is a terrible decision. If you're gonna do something like that, make sure y'all are not in close proximity, because if shit goes left, whoo, shadow. But it was like, he's like, yo, well, I just got out of a relationship with my ex. I'm not looking for nothing serious. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, what, a friends with benefits? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. But understand, yeah, I want to date somebody, but for now, this is cool. But if I find somebody else who is going to meet the standard that I want to be at, or meet me where I'm at goal wise, then this is done. So again, having the open, and I make it a point to always have clarity, is like, we had this discussion. He's like, all right, it's cool. It's like, all right, bet. So, we did our thing until I met somebody and I really like this person and our goals were aligning. So it's like, hey, I met somebody, we're done here, I'm moving forward. And all of a sudden he's mad, he's angry about stuff and banging on my door all times of the night, especially when, then Boo thing was at the house. And Boo thing is like, I remember I went to go pick up a pizza from somewhere and he was on my balcony smoking, and dude showed up banging on the door. And he told me when I came back, he was like, I guess someone's banging at his door. He's like, it's not my place. I didn't open it to see who it was because I knew you weren't here. Obviously you got a key. So I'm like, all right, I'll handle the situation. And I'm just like, what is your issue? Like, oh, well, I seen you had old boy over there. And so fucking what? I told you what this is. We're not dating. We never were dating. You set that standard. I agreed to it, and this is where we are. So it got to the point where I went out to a bar with friends. And he ended up showing up at the same bar and literally followed me when I say the entire night followed me around to the point where I stayed till closing with 2 other military folks that was there because they even noticed the situation, and they're like, yo, just hang out with us until he leaves. So he left, and it was like probably 30 minutes that went by. They even walked me to my car to make sure I was good. So I'm driving home. Next thing I know, this dude's like almost T-bones me out of nowhere, screaming out his window about how I didn't talk to him at the bar and all this extra shit. So I'm trying to, again, we live in the same apartment complex. We pull in at the same time. I'm trying to hop out the car. He tries to grab my arm. I swing and punch him, get up to my apartment door, and he kicks my shit in. Now, it's completely dark in my shit, and my front door is right by the kitchen. So by the time he kicks my shit in, I'm in the dark because I wore this black outfit that night. I'm in the dark with a butcher knife, and I'm like, listen, if you don't get the fuck out of my apartment, I swear to God, I will gut you like a motherfucking fish. He backs out, leaves. Child, I moved out of that motherfucker literally a week later.
Wow.
A week later. So, and that's when being open and dating with intention, or trying to, be intentional about how you move. It's like you have to be so careful with blurred lines, even unblurred lines, because people say one thing, but their actions will absolutely say a whole lot of something else.
Mm-hmm.
What about
what that comes from? I can tell you. I'm gonna bring out my rule book, Azari. Usually, when I notice when some people do that, they pretty much got you on the back burner until they can go ahead and have all the fun they want to have, but they think you're gonna be there just because you're gonna be reliable. That's probably what he thought you were going to be. He didn't think no one was ever going to be interested in you but him, and he's going to do his thing, or they was going to do their thing, or whatever, and then you was just going to just be there, just waiting. You're supposed to wait. I don't know where they get that from.
I think it's also a part of it being a little bit of a narcissist. Like, they just think that they're the best. That you're never gonna find anybody better.
It could be. What about you, Chaos? What's your thoughts on that?
Just the story in general, or just kind of like,
just on the topic.
Oh, there was the topic in general. I have to agree with Auntie Coco. And in this stage of my life, you need to be very clear about like what we're doing. And I think prior to me being married, I was in a relationship, and we were kind of doing an open relationship. It was a whole mess of things, but I think that was very important to talk to people about. Hey, while yes, you and I are dealing with each other, I am ultimately in another relationship, and I'm with this person. And at the end of the day, we're just having fun. We agreed that this is like supposed to be a casual thing, but this is never meant to go any further. And I've had a few instances where someone has gotten like very upset with me, and not to the extent of like what happened to Auntie Coco, but I've had a guy like really kind of like harass me for about 2 weeks straight, telling me that like we were supposed to be more, we were supposed to do this, and really trying to make me feel bad because I didn't choose them. But ultimately I was like, well, you already knew what was up. But, I think I was also a little more scared to be upfront with people. So like when this person would make mention to me like, oh, or we can all be together and be like it's not a threesome. Yeah, throuple. That's what.
Or poly.
Yeah. And I was open to the idea, but then also like I never spoke to my like then partner about it, and then also, I just never really had that conversation. So I think, so we had this conversation that like this is what our relationship was. I also opened the door and allowed some like, thoughts of like it could be more. So yes, communication and clarity is very, very important in those situations.
Yeah, I say sometimes even communicating, they just, I don't know if they think that they just are, you're gonna forget. So similar to Coco in Chaos, I had somebody that we weren't talking, but we were, I don't know what you call it, we weren't friends either. Some type of situationship or whatever, but I had made it clear, and I even asked, I'm like, I'm whatever, fine, whatever. I don't have anybody I'm interested in, getting to know like that. But, I don't plan on being a hookup for the rest of my life. That's just me. So when I find something that I'm interested in, I'm going to stop doing all of this. I was very clear about that. So about, I think you know exactly who it is, Icy Notes. About 9 months, maybe a year in, I started talking to somebody, and I'm like, okay, well, we have to stop doing this. The tantrum that I got, and the whole trying to make me feel guilty. Well, you said you were okay with this, and I'm like, I also told you for now until I found something better. Better came along. I didn't know what to tell you. You weren't interested in being better, and you said you weren't interested in a relationship. Didn't push the issue. Said okay. And when I find what I want, I'm done with this. And it's to the point to where they still even pop up now. They popped up a couple weeks ago and asked the same thing. And I'm like, I already know what you want. And I'm way past that point now where I just hook up for the sake of hooking up. So it's just not going to happen. But the trying to make somebody feel guilty for wanting better, I guess I just don't understand that. I guess it ultimately came down to him, like, I guess he said that he honestly thought that when we started hooking up that I was supposed to forget what I wanted. Like, whatever he was doing was supposed to be so magical that I was supposed to have instant amnesia. And the fact that he even let it come out his mouth, I just had to sit there for a minute. Apparently.
Like, ooh. Lord, I don't know who I am.
I wanted a relationship, I think. I mean
that's that manipulation. People will try to manipulate you or try to brainwash or change your mind, thinking like, no, like I said what I said. I don't care if it's been 2 years now we've been fucking around. I know I said what I said. So that same thing still applies. Even now, like, it's been 2 years and you still on the same bull crap. I done found somebody else that wants what I want. I'm going to the better side. I mean, that's kind of sucks to put it that way, but it is what it is.
But you already know how that's gonna go anyway. They'll find somebody later on, and you be the one left after they decide they're done with you.
Yeah, then they had been in a whole relationship with that person after they said they didn't want a relationship. That part.
I've had that.
Yeah.
Of course not a few years ago when I was in my own place or whatever, and it was somebody I was dealing with, and it was like that, like he just disappeared, like just out of nowhere. I think you remember him, Azari, the one I actually bought me something for Valentine's Day, and I was like, oh, well, thank you. And then I did all I could. I'm like, well, now I have to feel like I got to outdo you. You don't buy me something for Valentine's Day without even letting me get you something. And so I bought him all this stuff, and he liked it. He came over, grabbed it, hugged me, and whatever. And then I think he had to go to work or something that night. And then he just disappeared. And I was like, okay. And I'm sitting, I'm like, where the hell did he go? And then he pops up out of nowhere, and he always have questions about what I've been doing. I'm like, I moved on. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I'll sit around and wait around for you. And he's like, oh, I said, oh, man. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, he was a whole thing. But I don't know. I don't know what get into people's heads when it comes to something like that, by being upfront. Like when you make the statement of, you only want to hook up or be friends with benefits or whatever y'all call it. And you agree to those terms, and then knowing that you're looking for someone to date or actively looking for a real relationship with somebody. I mean, I don't know why they get like, why do you get so like, I'm assuming they end up getting the emotional attachment, and then because they want you to have it, but they're not supposed to get it because they're so not human. and it's almost like they almost want what they can't have at that point. And I don't know what it is, especially with guys, masculine guys. They always want what they can't have. I don't know why that's such a turn on to some guys, but it is.
They do seem like they take it like a personal insult and challenge when you don't automatically agree with them, or your mind changes and they can't change it. It's almost like you have insulted the entire being, and they feel a way about it. And it's like, it's not that serious. If I could take rejection, surely you should be able to.
Right. That's why we got to normalize pressing charges.
Hey.
Or more stab wounds.
Or
stab.
Sometimes you gotta punch.
Sometimes you got to step up to remind the nigga.
All right, y'all. So let's go into talking about double standards real quick, because I've heard that mentioned a couple of times where everybody was talking was double standards. So one thing that sticks out to me, and I'm sure, I've heard other people talk about it and discuss it. Why do women in bottoms get judged like sex happened to them instead of with them? And the first person I want to answer, I want Auntie Coco to answer this one, because I really want to understand, like, why do women, and then we'll say bottoms, get judged like sex happened to them instead of with them?
I mean, that's an easy answer, because we're not seen as equal humans. We're seen as possessions. I mean, think about it. I mean, if you look at straight men, bi men, or anybody who decides to pursue women, that's a male. It's always told, the goal is to sleep with as many women as you can. Get this bitch, get that bitch. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. It's seen as a badge of honor. It's almost like the same thing. Think of like fishing. Like, you want to catch as many fish as you can, and you want to see if you get the biggest fish, and this fish is the prettiest fish, and this fish is the baddest fish over here. Like, it's more of being seen as a possession or a novelty item than it is being seen as human. I mean, that's why, like, for me, like, case in point, and you can, and especially nowadays, you can peep those type of men easily, because what's the first thing? How do they refer to women? They don't say women. They call them what? Females. Females. And
I was gonna say bitches, but
no, they specifically say females. And I'm gonna break that down to you, because I learned this in the military. Because the whole point because when we first go through basic training, they don't call you by your name. They don't address you any other way than male or female. And the whole point of it is to break you down and dehumanize you. Because once you're dehumanized, it's easier to mold or manipulate you and control you into being whatever they want you to be. If you think about it, being called a female what? Because there are a lot of different species that are female.
Facts.
So the fact that that's how you speak to me lets me know that you don't see humanity in me whatsoever. So that's why that is. I mean, I'm assuming it's probably the same thing with bottoms, because they're seen as the submissive person in the situation. So it's more of a dehumanization of, I don't see you as a human. I see you as an object. I see you as a possession. You're a trophy to me.
Yeah, about to say they see you as try to see you as many than the individual. Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's an ego thing too, if you ask me, because I actually had somebody say that to me about being a bottom. They feel like as a bottom and as women, because he dates women too, you receive. So it's something weird about, because you receive and not give, and at your temple you're receiving it in. That somehow makes it morally worse than you handing out dick to 52 people and me sleeping with 4 because I bought him. It'd be weird double standards like that. Like, you can hand out dick to 52 people, and community dick is somehow supposed to be better than somebody entering somebody's temple. The same person entering somebody's temple 3 or 4 times or a week, or however you decide to get down. But
or all at once.
That, and I actually heard somebody like break this down too, like, and this is where I agree with Auntie Coco, because like in our community, I feel like they try to attach heteronormative standards of relationships to our queer relationships where they won't fit. Like, you want some, like, that's the whole thing with films not wanting other films in mass, at least now wanting other films, because they're looking for that traditional relationship of masculine and feminine. And in queer relationships, most of the time you're not going to find that, because you're two men or a trans or non-binary. It's too many factors for you to just try to normalize it the traditional way. It's not traditional. What is traditional nowadays?
Traditional is definitely, it's not what it used to be. It's definitely, I feel like it's became more of the eye of the beholder. It's the eye of that person. Whatever that person considers traditional is traditional nowadays. Because what some people may say is traditional, to me, I might be like, that's not traditional. That's, whatever. But then it also depends on when you, like, what they call, like, the Gen Zs and all of that. What generation you're part of, also, on what you can consider traditional either. Also,
I also feel like we have things that even subconsciously we have to break ourselves out of, like the whole, like I said, looking for the traditional. Like, it might be subconscious. You might not realize that you're trying to find something traditional in another masculine man and expecting them to be submissive. I mean, most of the time that's not going to happen. And I think it's up to us to get out of this, learn the things that we were taught that are no longer, they just don't work anymore, or just didn't work to begin with. We just didn't know it. Bad habits. There's bad habits, I think, that we all have to work ourselves out of.
Or let go of what, how we allow what's considered a societal norm to impact us personally.
Yes.
See, it's funny that we brought that up, because I'm going to do a little, pinning right now. On my personal podcast that I have, The Royal Rent with King Leo, I actually have an episode coming out about generational habits and issues. So I definitely agree with everything y'all just said. Like,
generational trauma.
You plugging your episode?
Yes, he did.
Y'all added everything.
Yes, he did.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. This is the advertisement.
Right.
Well, he said, let me enter this little segment in right here. But I'm with it, though.
Finally, it's my time.
Y'all set that up perfectly for me. That was I appreciate y'all so much.
Well, excuse us for having a good conversation over here.
Right.
But no, I mean, seriously, that I agree, like, with everyone. Because you see so many times when it comes to, like, body counts. Everybody cares about what a woman's body count is, or even what a bottom's body count is. But you definitely hear it more with women. Like, if a woman has over so many numbers of bodies, then all of a sudden they're a hoe. When a man can have triple or double, and they're just considered a man. So that's another thing that I'm like, huh?
Who's the one guy that made a career off of
Andrew Tate?
Telling black women, him, or is it Kevin Sanders? One of them that made a career out of telling, like, black women, especially, like, after you have so many kids, your value is
Kevin
down.
Samuels.
No man will want you.
And look at him.
And then when his ass died, go ahead.
No, I said, and look where he at now.
When his ass died, like, the outrage, because they expected women, and black women especially, to feel bad that this man lost his life. And I'm like, I can't, and don't expect them to feel bad for shit. This man made his life off of trashing women, like, and now they're supposed to feel bad?
I always had the issue with that when it comes to, especially with sex, with like, between how females are women are portrayed in when it comes to sex. Because I always I'm like, okay, so if the guy is the man when he has so many sexual partners, who the hell is he sleeping with? Who is he sleeping with? Like a straight man. Yeah. It's like, okay, it's like, so it's okay for him to go, like, it's okay for him, like, that whole thing with marriage and stuff, like, they want the woman to be the virgin. Okay. But if he's straight, who is he sleeping with? Who's sleeping with the nigga not a virgin, and he's supposed to be ready and supposed to show her what to do, but she's supposed to just be sitting there and so she's not supposed to have any practice. I've never understood that. I'm like,
I think me and Auntie Coco have talked about that. Like they trash women in bottoms too sometimes about just how bad they are at sex or giving head and shit, but they expect them to not have that many partners. It's like, where do you expect them to get all this experience from?
Right.
To satisfy you if they just sitting on the shelf waiting for somebody to pull their price tag.
Right. You got to be a virgin porn star.
Is there like some fake women out there? Like, what?
What's your views, Chaos?
As a bottom myself, I've only ever experienced that. I can't say one time, but one time I can remember. I guess I'm sure it's maybe happened on a few occasions. I had a guy once that tried to make me seem like less of a man because I bottom, and then he almost like tried to put me down about it, which was so odd to me because he would actually hit me up and he was interested. So obviously, like, I don't know. It was just a weird conversation, but like that particular instance made me feel some kind of way. But if I'm being very, very honest, because I am a very sex positive person, I almost like when women have multiple sex partners or even bottoms, like, when they're more of like power bottoms or like they have like these quote unquote bodies on them, I live because in my mind, we run in things. And I don't know, I think the double standards of like you viewing me less than, but then you want me. So I'm still controlling you. I don't know. I think in my mind, I have like control over you. Even though you try to make me feel like less than. I don't know. I just feel like, where you, like Icy Note said, where are you going to be without women? Where these men are having like sex with these virgins, in this like little radius of your city, and then gay men, they love to have sex. So don't even play that game. You need bottoms, because if not enough bottoms going around, then what y'all doing?
Messing with the kids, shit.
Listen, that's a whole nother story.
Okay.
So right there.
So I mean, what Chaos was saying, I forgot my point. Never mind.
Yeah, please.
My bad.
It happens. Watch it. It'll come to me at 2.2. Go ahead.
So these conversations have been really good, and they're very, very deep. I want to tackle one more section before we kind of cut out. Looks like you guys are going to be a part 3. So I'm going to cut out. We're going to talk about this next section, and I want to talk about. So now, we talked about different things, different like scams and plots and like the casual hookups and things of that. But now let's talk about like expectations versus reality. So what we want versus what we get. That's kind of what I want to touch on. So like in my mind, this is how, we say this is how we want it to go. This is how it's supposed to be. So with that being said, I want us to talk about like what to you makes someone safe to be intimate with. Like what goes through your mind when you're going to hook up with somebody? Is there anything that you kind of check off boxes? Do you is there anything that kind of like you got to decide on before you decide you want to be intimate with someone?
Oh, when it comes to hookups, I don't have a high expectation at all. I keep it very low. That way I'm always surprised. If you want me to be honest, I keep it, and when it comes to hooking up, I keep it so low that, he do like to kiss. All right. I'm surprised at little stuff.
Please.
So, I mean,
I'm gonna throw something else at you then.
huh?
I'm gonna throw something else at you then.
Okay.
So, what makes someone safe to love?
With me, with how I feel when it comes to
For you, before you love somebody, what has to happen? What has to take place for you to make you say, "It's safe for me to say I love this person"?
I would say it takes what is the word I'm looking for? Just constantly, oh God, what is the word? I say it to my significant other all the time, and I tell them this story all the time. I'm like, you just showed up and you showed out, and, but he was consistent. That's what it is. Persistent and consistent. I guess both of those. And it, showing that you actually had interest in not only just what I could do sexually, but me as a person. Because every time we met up, it wasn't always just about sex. It was like we actually got to really know each other emotionally. Like you actually cared how I felt, and I actually cared I start caring how you felt. When you actually showed that you cared how I felt. But once again, everybody, well, like I said, initially, standard is low. But if you keep showing that persistentness and that consistency, okay, then I might start looking at you for real.
Okay. What about you, Chaos?
I mean, I guess I can speak just to my current relationship, I guess. I felt safe to love my husband when he met me at a time where I don't think I was really feeling heard in my relationship, and I wasn't particularly feeling loved. And I do want a disclaimer, just in case someone listens to this. My ex and I, we are good. Everything is good. But like during the time of our relationship, I didn't feel like I was being heard. We weren't communicating, and I did not feel love. And my husband, when I first met him, it wasn't even like a sexual thing. It was just the way that he looked at me, the way he spoke to me, the way he showed so much interest in wanting to get to know me. And then like, as he was getting to know me, he loved every part. I think he was starting to fall in love with every part of me. And then the conversations we were having and the time we were spending together, it really felt like this person like was really interested and, wanted to be with me. And I think just knowing that, I say, coming from a place to where I felt like I'll just never be heard, and I got to figure out something. I got to reach out to other people for love and reassurance. I've never had to second guess that with my husband. He may drive me crazy. I say this all the time. He does drive me up a wall, but since we've been together, I've never had to second guess his love and how he feels about me, and that he will always love me unconditionally, regardless of what we're going through and what's going on with me. I can genuinely say that, like, he loves me, and it sounds corny, like flaws and all.
Well, you got me over here about to cry.
I know. I was like, oh my God.
Like, oh shit. I'm like,
no,
like, man.
I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I'm like, oh my God.
Man, you got me. I'm really turned up over here like, dang.
Okay, make a love like that find all of us.
Yes. Man. I feel like that's the end, y'all. We done. So.
as much as he get on my everlasting nerve, and he knows this, because I know I get on his too. I couldn't see myself without him. So
100%.
Yeah.
And that explains myself circling back how many times I didn't circle back, because every road ends up leading right back to him. And that's why I said it's the last time. That's me. That will be my husband very soon. So
it's gonna be the theme of y'all wedding. All or nothing.
I haven't. I haven't found it yet. I guess.
Damn near what 20 years of my life I've basically been messing with him. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been 20. It's been 20 years. Yes.
damn near. Yeah.
Yeah, we was together for 13 years before we broke up. So, but yeah.
I love y'all
Yeah.
positive love stories, but mine did not end that way.
I'm just
Look, mine ended in divorces and prison sentences. Okay, like y'all laugh, but I'm being so for real.
That's fine. We needed that laugh. We needed it. Sorry.
It's getting too emotional in here.
But yeah, I mean, so that's why it's like I'm happy that I don't have to go through that dating crap anymore. Like I feel like it's like a lifted stress off of me now that I'm in a relationship with somebody and I have my person. It's like a lot of weight lifted off. So like, what is one? No, let's say this. What would be everyone's ideal date? If you had to pick a date that you really, really wanted to go on, or with your partner or your future partner or just in general, what would be an ideal date?
I had to think long and hard about that.
Let's lighten it up a little bit.
I'd say a getaway where it's just me and them, and that's it, like a real getaway. And whether it's a staycation or somewhere all far off somewhere, like literally just me and them, no one else. And we just do what we want to do with each other and actually enjoy each other's company. No nothing to worry about, no stressing, no nothing. Like, you don't have to be an expensive date. It could just be just something simple. Like we just go to a secluded little area in the park or something, or a beach or something, and just really just spend that intimate time together.
Yeah. Mr. Azari.
I don't know. I guess I'm big on spontaneous things. Not that they have to be big or anything. I guess I don't know. As corny as this sounds, if you just randomly say, "Let's go for a walk," and we just walked and talked, I'd actually be okay. I'm more of a find our own adventure type of person. I don't know. I guess that's a good question.
Yeah, I know.
I guess
I definitely agree with Jamal. I'll give you time to think about it because I see. I'm gonna come back to you. I promise. But for me, I think it's definitely. I wholeheartedly agree with Jamal. Just something simple where it's just you and me. I would say electronics to a bare minimum. We pull them out if we need to, like if we want to be lazy and order some food from DoorDash. Pull out our phones, order some food. But other than that, just you and me watching movies, chilling, just enjoying each other's company. If I could just get that for a full day with no interruptions, nothing else, that would be perfect for me. That would be perfect. Like, we're gonna go back to Azari. I think he got it now. Like, let's hear, man. No, you got a good one.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm just more of a surprise kind of guy. Like, I like to just get into random stuff. So if he popped up at 10 o'clock at night and he said, "Let's go," I did have an ex like that. His name was Smoke. He actually did pop up randomly one night and took me to Virginia for some odd reason. I forget where we went, some resort place. But I had actually forgot it was our anniversary. And it was just, I think I was having a particularly bad day that day for some odd reason. It was, I don't know, but just the randomness and just knowing that somebody thought about me just to take me anywhere, I guess, was just enough.
Yeah. I
guess just the thought.
Yeah. Just the fact they thought about you. Like, yeah, I understand that. What about you, Chaos?
I am very easy to please. But I think if it's a day spent of trying new activities, for like something different, I think I'm more inclined to that. Like, let's go on an adventure. Let's try this new activity. Hey, we know nothing about glass blowing. Let's go take a class. Let's go make something. You know, that's kind of my thing. But then also, I guess if we've been dating for a while, it's the little things too. I just like, I don't know, you know, I like video games. So maybe like Azari said, you know, oh, hey, you know, I like video games. There's this new arcade or something that pops up. Everybody's been talking about it. And you know, I wanted to go. So you take me there, that kind of thing. You know, things like that.
Yeah. I'm about to say, I think everybody is different. I mean, it's definitely different for everybody. And that's what I love about people being individuals. Because we don't have to like the same thing. We don't have to agree to the same thing because we're all different. So that I agree with that. Go ahead, Azari, and we're going to go to Auntie Coco.
I guess I agree with that. I guess it's just like, even though you might not particularly like everything that I like, I still appreciate the fact that you're willing to try or even just suffer through it just because you know it's something I enjoy.
Definitely, because I know Chris hates musicals, but baby, we be watching musicals because I love them. So
I know he hated us watching Wicked.
He was not into that at all.
I didn't know. Shoot, I ain't paying no attention.
He watched it. No, he watched it. But he when it gets to the singing part, he'll start losing interest, and when they get back to just talking, he'll start watching again. So, but yeah, he's not real big. I mean, he watched all the Medea plays with me, but yeah, if I try to get him to watch them again, he'd be like, "Really, we gotta watch it again." Like, so yeah.
Leo, that is our thing that we sit and watch Medea plays all day and eat Twizzlers.
It's true.
Not dry ass Twizzlers.
First off, the rainbow Twizzlers were not dry.
I guess.
Who's like reaching for Twizzlers?
Huh?
Who's reaching for Twizzlers as a candy?
Right.
Me and Leo.
So y'all just out here eating HDMI cords and stuff. That's what we're doing.
Thank you.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
the rainbow Twizzlers, they're softer.
Y'all out here eating the shit that they cover the cell phone cords with.
Not the original Twizzlers. We're talking about the other ones.
The rainbow ones.
Completely different.
Better ones.
The ones with the shit in the middle.
No.
They were just regular.
Then you lost me.
They're softer. They're the softer licorice.
Oh, like telephone cords. Okay.
I was about to say, the only thing I thought of was a brown extension cord. So
call it what you want. I still love them to this day.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, you ain't have much teeth by the time you 50.
Coco enough time to kind of think about it. So go ahead, Auntie Coco.
Well, considering I have been out of the dating game for quite some time, at this point in time in my life, my perfect date would be me and an elderly gentleman going down to the lawyer's office to make sure that I am the beneficiary of all his estate.
Real see, this real answer.
Get the fuck.
I'm just saying, maybe Anna Nicole Smith was onto something, okay?
Oh my God.
Well,
I gotta be elderly though.
Look, I'm gonna find me an elderly white gentleman at that. Okay, I'm getting reparations one way or another.
Why you gotta be elderly?
Okay, listen, elderly.
Is that so you ain't gotta spend too long with it?
Look, baby, I can just show him a titty and he happy. That's it. I ain't got to put in too much work.
Oh God. Please make sure his name ain't Charles.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Nobody know old man Charles.
As far as
old man Charles, we know you out there, knobby knees and all.
Listen, if any of y'all got a grandpa that's rich and you don't like him that much, let me know.
If I had a grandpa that was rich, don't you think I'd be in the will?
On a serious note, but I was serious. I feel like for me, just being in the presence of somebody that I truly, care about and love, in any moment can be made into a special moment. I like doing even just like a drive around, like looking at Christmas lights or going through a bookstore and like finding random books to kind of like read the synopsis, see if what we're interested in and stuff like that. To me, is like a good date. it's the perfect date. You know, it's just how much you. And I hate using the word like how much y'all vibe together in a moment, but just how you feel with that person and how you communicate, and you know, the ability and how comfortable you feel just being yourself regardless of the setting when you're with that person, to me makes the perfect date.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think I have a question
What?
for Auntie Coco.
Okay, what's your
Now,
question?
in the first part, I need clarification. What is aggressively single?
Aggressively single?
Here we go.
I literally,
Yes.
when I say like I have zero interest in dating at all right now, it is like absolutely zero. Like I got into it with my neighbor because he messaged me wanting me to meet up with him and hang out in the hot tub, and I'm like, no. To the point where this motherfucker threatened to I can make it a problem from you. Bitch, come on, because this AR-15 gonna go glack, 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 and I'm gonna give your fucking family something to do for the weekend. Leave me alone.
And there's the aggressive part. If you missed it,
Like literally that, yeah. So I
if
just
you attempt to change her mind,
I've been
meet the
curious
aggressive
for the
part.
past couple of days now.
you could have just messaged me and asked that. But
It make better content to ask.
yeah, no, I just like I'm at like I just am at a place in life where I am happy, you know, just being where I am, being who I am, being alone. And at this point, if there is somebody who is interested in dating me, and people, when it comes to the dating world, the first thing when people are trying to talk to you is like, oh, well, who am I competing with? And it's like, there's no competition with anybody but myself. My comfortability being alone is what you have to compete with. And if you can't beat that, then I'm not interested. So that's just where I'm at. Could it change? Maybe. Like at this point, if my soulmate is out there, they're going to have to break into the house, survive the gunshot wound, and we can go from there.
Oh, you surprised?
Okay, misery.
That's the answer to your question, Icy Notes.
Yeah, I'm glad I got that answered because I needed that.
All right. So we are getting to that point, everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and ask one last question for us to go ahead and run through real quick. And what I want to know is, people have expectations. Do you feel like some people's expectations are unrealistic?
Yes.
Why do you say yes, Icy Notes?
I say yeah because I think a lot of times, and I think we all fall short of or fall for this, or have illusions in our head to put you have this picture of what you want, and when it doesn't quite meet it, which is why I keep my expectations low now, anyways. But you have this you have this picture of what how it should be, and then and it doesn't happen, and then you getting all upset and not really just living in the moment and like enjoying the person that you're dealing with at the time, and just actually learning them instead of judging them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Azari?
Yes and no. I think that anytime you set any type of standard expectation or whatever, like I think we were talking about earlier, if you can't meet it yourself, then you need to remove it from your list, because if you can't meet said standard, you have no right to request or whatever that of somebody else. So in that aspect, yeah, I think that it can be a preference, I guess, but then when you yourself don't meet it, know you aren't meeting it, you can no longer ask these things to somebody else until you meet your own standard. And
Yeah, agreed. Fully agreed. Fully.
I think people's expectations aren't high. It's just you have these expectations with the wrong people. too many times we base our expectations on a person's potential to be that. So we think, okay, they're capable, they're showing that they can be potentially capable of that, or, well, because I know this, and that, and the other about them, I think they could absolutely end up eventually being like this, or if I love them hard enough or do this and do that, then eventually they'll be what I need them to be. So I think it's more so learning to acknowledge people where they're at in life and who they are showing you to be versus what they could be, and living in this like fairy tale in your mind. So if that person is not meeting, your expectations, it's not that your expectations too high. It's just you got your expectations, with the wrong person. It's like it's not the right person for that. They're not cut out for the job.
Or it could be timing too. I will say, I will add on that timing.
We have to acknowledge, though, too, some expectations, like we were talking earlier. Expecting somebody to have all this sexual, worldly knowledge and be an 8th-time renewed virgin is just unrealistic, because the two things just you can't have both.
Child, that's a delusion. That ain't an expectation. That is a delusion.
What about you, Chaos?
I think Coco really summed up, because I was really trying to think about it, and I think that was perfectly answered, and I think I'd agree with that. I think people, I think sometimes the expectation is not necessarily a bad thing, but you have these expectations of certain people, and maybe that person, I would say can't meet your expectations. I mean, I guess can't meet it, but I don't know. Maybe. I really don't know where I was going with that. I think I started to drift off a little bit, if I'm so honest with you.
That's a big time. We lost.
All right, y'all. So with that being said, that is going to conclude our part 2 of dating as a Black queer person. And just to give you guys a little hint on what the next section is kind of going to bring you, even if you know what you want, where you're dating can change everything. So that's just a little hint on kind of where we're heading next in this segment. So with everyone here, you have me, King Leo. Then we have Azari. We have Auntie Coco was our special guest and will be joining us on the next part of this little series. We have Icy Notes. And we have Chaos. Yeah. So with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, comments, concern, or you want something for us to discuss while we're on here talking about this topic, just drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. We will see you guys on part 3 of Dating as a Black Queer Person on Who Gave Us the Mic podcast. We'll see y'all later.